before or tonight is your first time? Try that again. How many people have heard me speak before or tonight is your first time? Hands up, please. Very good. Anybody, please stand up. Please stand up. We're going to start with a little competition. Want to see who my competitors are. Going to do 3 moves. Hands start on the hips. On the count of 3, you're going to step forward and go boom. 1, 2, 3. Second move, going to step forward and make an X and go ska. 1, 2, 3. The third move, if you've seen the Karate Kid, hands on the hips, go wah. 1, 2, 3. Again, move number 1 is the boom. 1, 2, 3. Move number 2 is the ska. 1, 2, 3. Ska. Move number 3 is the wah. 1, 2, 3. You've got 5 seconds to get a partner and get back to back or make a group of 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, on the count of 3, what you're going to do is you are going to spin around and try to guess which of those 3 moves your partner is going to do. Spin around and guess which of those moves your partner is going to do. 1, 2, 3, go! All right, one more time. On the count of 3, spin around. Guess which of those moves your partner is going to do. 1, 2, 3, go! All right. I want you to face your partner. I want you to face your partner. I want you to reach your right hand out with a good cougar handshake. I want you to shake your partner's hand and say, "Good evening, partner." And now I want you to take that right hand, put that right hand out in front. I want you to take your left pointer finger. Not that finger, dude, pointer finger. And I want you to put that pointer finger in your partner's palm of their hand. On the count of 3, you're going to try to grab his finger and pull yours out before they get it. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, one more time. Here we go. One more time. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, fantastic. Could you come down here, please, sir? Give me 1 power clap. 1. Give me 2. Give me 3. New game. Lock in. Lock in. Now, Cougs, tonight, here's my commitment to you. My commitment to you is I'm hoping to be the most engaging and energizing speaker you've had at the University of Houston. I'm going to try to entertain you, energize you, but also educate you. So, when I need to instruct something, I'm going to ask you for 30 seconds of totally undivided attention. When I do, I want you to stand up straight or sit up straight and lock in eyes and his ears here with good, quiet attention and listen. Ready? Lock in, 30 seconds, set, and go. Cougs, for a short period of time, you can do anything you want with your levels of attention, energy, and focus. Right now, the focus in this room, lock in, fellas, is different than it was 10 seconds ago. All right? Here's the challenge as an elite-level athlete. Right, every school in the country is investing about the same amount of time at practice as you are. How are you going to get an advantage? You got to invest time better. You got to get locked in better than they do. You need to be more present than they are. So when I ask you for 30 seconds tonight, I want you to get exactly where you are right now and lock in. And the challenge is, can you do that on your own without someone having to ask you? Because every time you catch yourself drifting and lock back in, you're building the skill of mental toughness. And in football, it's about going 1 play at a time. Right? Soccer, 1 touch, 1 possession at a time. Baseball, softball, 1 pitch at a time. Figure out what it is for your sport, 1 point at a time. New game. What's your name, sir? Miller, here's what we're going to do. That's 30 seconds space out. Miller, you and I are going to count together. Stay on your feet, please. Stay on your feet. Stay on your feet. New game. Miller, here's what we're going to do. We're going to count to 3. Can you count to 3? I say 1, you say 2, I say 3. What we're working on here is working on present moment focus and eye contact. Once we get to 3, we go back to 1. Got it? So I say 1, you say 2, I say 3, you say 1. Ready? 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Very nice. Find a partner, count 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Stay here with me. Well done. That's good. Real good. That's good. And here we now, give me 1 power clap. 1, give me 2, give me 3. New game, here we go. We're going to replace the number 2 with a foot stomp. So it's 1, foot stomp, 3. Ready? 1, 3. Here we go. 1, 3. You say 1, right? 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go again. 1, 3. 3. 1, foot stomp, 3. Here we go. 30 seconds. Go. All right, go ahead, you guys. What's your name, sir? What's your name? Come on, you can do it with me again. You come down front, work with me. Need a volunteer. Anybody? And hear me now, 1 power clap, 1. Give me 2. Give me 3. Ma'am. Next game. 1, stomp, clap behind your back is 3. Okay? Here we go. 1. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1. Yes, 2 is the stomp. 1. 1, stomp, clap behind your back. Here we go. We got 30 seconds. Ready? Go. 1, stomp, clap behind your back. Now what I want you to do is go back. 1, 2, 3. Count out loud. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Go as fast as you can with your partner. Counting out loud. No foot stomp. No clap behind your back. Ready and go. And stop. Very nice, Houston. 1 loud power clap. 1. Give me 2. Give me 3. And please take a seat. We're going to get started. Now. All right, Cougs. A couple things. What I want to talk to you here about tonight, I've been very fortunate as a former Division I college baseball player who recently had my number retired. Let's give me a golf clap for the number retired, please. Thank you. Only good part about having my number retired is that it got retired. The bad part is the only reason it got retired was they cut the program at the University of Vermont where I played baseball. Only way I was getting my number retired. It wasn't very good, right? However, over the last 10 years, I've worked as what we'd call a mental conditioning coach. You guys have strength and conditioning coaches for your body. I work as a mental conditioning coach to help you think the right way. I've had the wonderful opportunity of working with 4 world champions in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Rashad Evans, Vitor Belfort, Rich Franklin, and a guy named GSP, George St. Pierre. Tonight, what I want to take you through are what are some of these things that these elite level performers are going through. Same thing that when I work with guys and teams in the NFL, same things that they do, Major League Baseball, or colleges all around the country. Same thing the Alabama football team was going through before they beat LSU for the national championship. Same thing the Auburn swimming and diving program went through last week before they won their 16th straight SEC championship in swimming and diving. Many things that you can take and use to help you become an elite level performer. Also, many of these schools here are places that I've been since August, sharing the same program we're going to go through here tonight, and same things that I wish I knew back when I was an athlete in 2010. See, in 2010, I was ranked 5th in the country, one of the top in my sport in the United States. I wanted to go to the Olympics in Vancouver, wanted to stand on a platform, wear a gold medal, and be a champion. Although I fell short of my goal. And if you're taking notes, which hopefully some of you are, 2 things I learned coming out of that process is that there's 2 types of people in the world. Okay, there's losers and there's learners. Losers are the ones who make a mistake, don't learn from it, and get beat on the same play again. They're the ones who make a mistake and get beat with the same thing again. They never learn from their mistakes. And what do learners do? Learners are the ones who they make one mistake and it never happens again. You see, for a long time, I was a loser. I wasn't learning things that I should have from my experiences. Things weren't going my way. At one point, I was the #1 ranked athlete in my division training for the Olympics. I also found out, as George St. Pierre did when he fought Matt Serra here in Houston in April of 2007, that the best fighter or the best team never wins. It's who? The team that plays the best, right? Best team never wins. It's the team that plays the best. Who's better between Alabama and LSU? It was pretty close. Who played better in the national championship? Alabama played a heck of a lot better. Who's the best fighter in the world? I don't know, but it comes down to the guy who fights the best. So in 2010, I finished 1 spot short of the goal. The other thing we learned, besides you can be a loser or a, is we learned that failure is positive feedback. And sometimes what we've got to do is take that thing that we think is the worst thing that ever happened to me and turn it into being one of the best things that ever happened to me. It's about perspective. Now, a sport that I'm ranked 5th in the country, still, we're going to play here together for about 45 seconds. As we play, I'll probably knock every one of you out at least 4 or 5 times, but as I knock you out, I want you to continue to play. In the sport that I'm ranked 5th in the country, it's called Simon Says. So let's get started. Please stand up. If you stood up, that's 1. All right, go ahead and stand up. Seriously, stand up. We'll get started. Don't got that one too. Hey, Simon says stand up. Simon says do a little dance. And stop. If you stop, that's 2. Simon says stop. Simon says clap your hands. Do it again. Always get people on that one too. Hey, Simon says take your right pointer finger, and Simon says put that pointer finger on the nose of someone beautiful. There we go, right? I see it working. A couple guys go here. Very nice. All right, hands down, hands down. Simon says hands down. Simon says put your right hand in the air. I don't know why we're shaking that hand, Cougs. That's fine. Simon says take that hand and make a circle. Simon says take that circle and put it on your chin. I'll take a look around the room here because this is your cheek. Huh? This is your cheek. This is your chin. Now, Simon says game's over. Please take a seat. Let me explain. Let me explain the key point of Simon says. Please give me 30 seconds. Totally undivided attention. Sit up straight in the chair, feet flat on the floor, hands in lap in front of you. Lock in. Do not spend the next 30 seconds, but invest. Okay, know the difference. If we want to get to a higher level, we've got to do things at a higher, more excellent level than we've ever done them before. And that's to stop spending time, but start investing. Right? Stop counting the days until your season starts or your next game and start doing what? Make the days count. All right, 30 seconds. Ready, set, and go. When we did Simon Says, you didn't follow what I said, you followed what I did. So we know action speaks louder than? Action speaks louder than what, Cougs? I can't hear you. Words. Action speaks louder than words. And on your team, are there people who are really good at talking the talk but not walking the walk? You got any of those people on your team? Right? Well, you know what? Is someone saying that about you? Is someone thinking that about you? Are you someone who's talking the talk but not walking the walk? Are you someone who says, hey, I want to win a national championship. I want to win a Conference USA championship. But you come to a meeting without anything to take notes on? How do you expect to remember things? How do you expect to take some of these things and apply them? I mean, none of us are smart enough to remember it all. We've got to be writing some things down, right? Let's learn that lesson for the next time we have a meeting like this with a coach. One-on-one meeting with a coach. Bring something to write stuff down. Have a great speaker come in and talk to you. I mean, you're in Houston, Texas, one of the most athletic areas in the country. I'm sure there's speakers that come in here. Make sure you write things down because none of us are smart enough to remember it all. So tonight, to help you remember some of these things, I'm going to ask you to repeat things 1 to 3 times to help you to remember those things. All right? When you go home, I'd encourage you to write some of these things down. Because what we're going after here first, Cougs, is we're going after perspective. How many of you have seen this logo before in your life? Okay, hands down. How many of you have seen the arrow inside of that logo? Never seen it? You have seen it? Yeah? Everybody never seen the arrow inside a logo? Okay? Here's the deal. If you change your perspective, you can change your life. Why? Because perspective is reality. All right, the way we see things is the way that they are to us. And understand this. Give me 5 seconds. This is important. Ready? Set. Sit up straight, please. And wake up your teammate, please. And go. Understand this, okay? You will never outperform your self-image. As an athlete, you will never outperform your self-image. When you do mental imagery, if you're visualizing yourself not having success, if you're visualizing yourself getting injured, or you're coming back from an injury, and you visualize yourself getting injured again, or you visualize yourself going out and not performing at the level you want to in the Conference USA Championship track meet this week, then you're decreasing your chances of performing that well. So those of you that are on my track and field team going to win a championship for your school, where are you at? Okay? When you go there, here's what I want you to do. Front row, love it. Here's what I want you to do when you go there. Is between tonight, when you leave, Friday? Okay? Between tonight and when you leave, every time that head hits the pillow, Wednesday, Thursday, I want you to visualize yourself performing at your best in all your events. All right, going through your whole routine. The race doesn't start when my feet get on the starting line. Right, the race has got to start before that. I've got to have a routine that I go through to get me to the blocks, ready to go, locked in the present moment, that race. Right? As a team, we got a chance to win a Conference USA Championship? Compete, right? Is it one race that's going to make or break our chances? No. So we got to take it one race at a time, right? And if you race great, how many of you have more than one event you're doing there? If you race great in the first one, so what next race? If you don't play well in that, run well in that first one, so what next race? Football, we have a bad play. 4 words we ought to be thinking. So what? Next play. Baseball, softball. Softball's not here. Baseball, we have a bad play. What do we got to think, fellas? So what? Next pitch. Basketball, so what? Soccer, next possession, next play. It's all about the next play mentality. But if we take a look here between the orange E and the orange X, take a look at this white arrow. Anyone today, the first day that they've ever seen that arrow before? A couple people, right? First time we've seen it. That thing's always been there though, right? The arrow's always been there. Now that being the first time that you see it, from now every day you live the rest of your life, that's the thing that you're going to look at. That's the thing that you're going to see. Right? A couple things with perspective. Understand, again, perspective is reality. We'll never outperform our self-image. And what we're going through here is mental conditioning is different than sports psychology. All right, here's one of the best MMA fighters on the planet, a guy by the name of Michael Bisping. Listen to him talk about, you know, like many of you who probably walked in here thinking, mental conditioning, sports psychology, man, I'm not screwed up. I don't need this stuff. Everybody, please stand up for a second. I know it's like going to mass. Sit down, stand up, dance, chicken dance. Let me ask this. I want you to sit down. I want you to sit down when you feel like, if your sport is 10% mental, 90% physical, please sit down. 20% mental, please sit down. 30% mental, please sit down. There's no right or wrong answer here. 40% mental, sit down. 50% mental, sit down. 60% mental, sit down. 70% mental, sit down. 80% mental, sit down. 90% mental, sit down. 95% mental, sit down. 99% mental, sit down. Because I tell you, if it's 100% mental, let's hook up and win a national championship because I'll get you to visualize better than anybody. Right? But we got to still go out there and compete. But if your sport is truly that much mental, how often do you work at that thing? Not often enough. So listen to one of the best fighters in the world talk about, hey, what have I done differently for my next fight, which was a fight that if he won, he was going to get the opportunity to fight a guy named Anderson Silva, one of the baddest dudes on the planet, in front of 100,000 people in Brazil at an outdoor soccer stadium. Biggest mixed martial arts fight that there's ever been. Take a listen to what he did differently and a difference that he thinks it made in his career. Oh, whoops, wrong button. So what? Next button. Here we go.
Final question, what have you done differently in the last week, as opposed to what you were doing to prepare for Damien, now preparing for Chill? Have you done anything differently, or is that just not enough time to drastically change your training plan before a fight?
I've done it too differently. I've just recently, the last few days, started working with a sports psychologist, believe it or not, and I'm opening a huge lot of doors here for you to ask me more questions. But that was just on the recommendation of a guy, and he talked to this guy, and I was like, nah, I don't speak to, I don't need a mic coach, I don't need a psychologist, but he kept calling me, I said, yeah, all right, come on, let's hear it out. And I was very, very impressed. His name's Cain, he works for GSP and amongst others. And enlightening, very, very interesting. But other than that, everything's the same.
Okay, so what are we going after? We're going after perspective first. Right? Why? Because perspective is? Reality. Perspective is reality. Very nice. So again, some of you walk into this room. There's two types of athletes that are in this room. There are those that are in the room. Raise a hand if you're in this room. Very nice. Right? But some of you are into this room. Some of you came in here not spending time thinking, I have to go. Hopefully some of you came back for a second time thinking, I want to go. I want to go learn something. How many of you were here the first time? Hands down. How many of you have consciously applied something that you learned that first time through athletic performance? Okay. What did you use, sir? Yep. Me? Yes. What did you use, sir? Have to, want to, right? You don't have to go to practice. What? Want to go to practice, right? Don't have to go to practice, want to go to practice. I think one of the characteristics of some of the best athletes I've been around is they don't have to train. They want to train. They don't have to go to meetings. They want to go to film study, right? How different of a perspective shift is that to want to go to film study? Huge. Right? The difference between a loser and a learner. I think the other thing is understanding that when you evaluate your performance, don't evaluate as good or bad. When you evaluate as good or bad, you're up and down. It's always good and bad. Everything you do, good and bad. Every time you go to the weight room, it's good and bad. Every time you go and you have a meeting like this, it's good and bad. There are things you can take and things that aren't really relevant to you. Good and bad. Let's take a listen now. George St. Pierre on the left. I'm sorry, on the right. Matt Hughes on the left. The first time they fought, Matt Hughes wins. George St. Pierre says, I lost the fight before it started. I lost the fight before it started. Right? Sometimes we go into games and we shift into a mentality because we think we got something to lose and we play not to lose instead of play to win. How many of you watched the national championship game in football? LSU and Alabama. I mean, I watched that game. I don't know if you saw the same thing I did, but I saw one team playing to win and one team playing not to lose. Did you guys see that same thing? Right? I think it was clear as day. So let's take a listen to St. Pierre talk about how the first time he fought Matt Hughes, he lost the fight before it started because he wasn't where he needed to be mentally.
I truly believe the first time I fought Matt Hughes, I lost that fight even before the fight started. When I was fighting him, the first time I was fighting my idol. So for me, it was impossible to beat. I took that fight to survive, not to win.
You know, St. Pierre has said, you know, I was so nervous going to that fight. Matt Hughes was a hero of mine. This guy was one of my idols. So then I go in there for the stare down and I couldn't even look at him.
I started that fight as a loser, mentally. In the rematch, I had a total different mindset.
He had so much more confidence and, you know, he actually walks up and stare down and winks at Matt Hughes.
I was going there with my career instinct. I was fighting Matt Hughes, of course. I was fighting him like a man, a guy who can be beat. I was trying to kind of get my hands set up that way my takedowns would be easier, and I really never got a chance. And at the end, I fake a shoot. So when it is in, when it went down, I went with the cage there. And then after, when you fell on the ground, just finishing with elbow, the ref stopped.
So you'd think he'd learn the first time about losing a fight before it starts? Makes the same mistake again. April 7th in Houston, 2007, is an 11-1 favorite. Loses to a guy named Matt Serra. The best fighter never wins, Cougs. It's the one who fights the best.
What happened is my worst nightmare. I prefer to accept the fact that I lost tonight and come back stronger next time.
I come from a loss. I made many mistakes last time. I forgot who I was, what was my #1 priority. But this time I want to get back to it. But after my fight, I was carrying a lot of bricks, and this bricks was Matt Serra. I was putting on myself a lot of pressure. I was telling myself, oh, I need to prove to the whole world that I'm better than that I need to do this and that. That's bullshit. I fight for myself. I fight because I love to fight. I'm blessed. I have the opportunity to do what I love to do, to realize my dream. And I thank God every single day that I wake up and have the chance to do what I love to do.
Talk about checking your perspective.
He's a sports psychologist. His name is Cain. He's also one of my good friends, and it made me see this loss like a positive experience.
Learner.
And it's the best thing ever happened to me. I lost a lot. I learned a lot of stuff from it, and I come back stronger.
All right, don't be a loser, BA. Learner, very good. Live in the present moment. Again, every time you give me 30 seconds, you're getting locked into the present moment. The time is now, the place is here. One of the mistakes we make as a college athlete, I made it, I'm sure some of you make it, athletes make it all around the country, is sometimes we're in off season. Right? We count down the days until we start, or we count down the days until our next fight instead of making those days count. Quality practice, quality training, one day, one rep at a time. Chip Kelly, the football coach at the University of Oregon, quality program. One of the things he's always talking about, WTD, win the day. Win the day. When we talk about WIN, you want to win, focus on what's important now. What's important now is not where you're going to dinner at 7:45. It's dominating the next 15 minutes of this meeting. It's getting present and investing as much time as we can and getting stuff out of this. All right? We talk a lot about the 200 feet at a time mentality. If I was to drive all the way from Burlington, Vermont, which is where I pay my mortgage, I've been there 4 times since January 5th. I go home tomorrow, get home at about 6 p.m., leave for Australia at 9 a.m. on Friday. Very blessed to have the opportunity to do those things. It's very fun. But, you know, good and bad with everything. Never get to see my dog. Wish I had a picture. Cute little dog, little black pug. Bundle of fun. Okay? 200 feet at a time. If I'm going to drive from Burlington all the way out to Fullerton, California, or Las Vegas, Nevada, can I drive in complete darkness in the middle of the night? Anybody here ever drive at night? Anybody driving home tonight? What do you have on your car that helps you to do that? Helps you to see? What do you have, sir? Headlights, right? Headlights, how far do they let you see? They let you see 200 feet at a time. So what we do is we go through our career, as we go through this season, as we get ready for the Conference USA track meets, I'm going 200 feet at a time. Finish the speeding. Get to bed tonight. Get the good recovery in. Do my mental imagery. The race will take care of itself if you take care of the moment, right? We got to focus on the right things. What's your name, sir? Come on up here. Yes. Here we go. Here's the task. Now, you're getting ready for the Conference USA Championships. Is that correct? What event do you do, sir? 3,000 in the mile. The 3,000 in the mile. It's a long way. What's longer? What's longer? The 3,000 in the mile. I'm an idiot. Okay, got it. Awesome. Now, here's what you're going to do. You see, you're going to focus on going one step at a time, breaking that race down, running your race. One of the best sprinters of all time, who this theater is named after, a guy by the name of Carl. One of the things Carl Lewis says, I became a great sprinter when I learned to run in my own lane. Are swimming and diving athletes here anywhere? Ariana Vanderpool-Wallace, anybody heard that name before? One of the top swimmers in the country from Auburn. Going to be an Olympic athlete coming up here in London. Same thing. I learned to be a great swimmer when I swam in my own lane. Here's what I want you to do, my friend. I want you to try to balance this cane, looking down here at the bottom of this cane for 10 seconds. Ready? Right, just like that. 2 fingers, bottom of the cane. Ready? Yes, sir. Set. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Making that look too easy. 5, 6, 7, 8. I forgot to tell me they're supposed to keep his feet in the ground. Let's try that again. Feet in the ground, please. 10 seconds. Here we go. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you go to a track meet. You know what there is? There's some excitement. There's some energy, right? It's not like golf. Hang on a second. Like, any golfers here? Right? Love golf. The most mentally challenging game there is. Shh. Quiet game. Track meet, though, I think it's getting a little crazy this weekend, isn't it? A lot of schools there, a lot of things going on. So what we need to do is we need to simulate a game-like environment. We're going to have some game-like practice, so we're going to make this room crazy. First name again? Jonas. You're for Jonas. Jonas, actually, track team's over here. You're for Jonas. Jonas, we love you. We're behind you, man. You're against them. You're against them. Give it to them. Get this going. Here we go. Ready, set, go. 10 seconds. Down here. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. Very nice. Give him 1 power clap. 1. Give him 2. Give him 3. Now, here's what we're going to do, my friend. You see, you just had success. However, you can be successful by focusing on the wrong things. Why? Because you're talented. You're a Division I college athlete in one of the premier programs in the country. You can get by on talent once in a while. What you need to get by on more often is you need to get by more often on your consistency. Consistency starts between the years. 1 play at a time starts between the years with having a system to get me into the present moment. So now what I want you to do is I want you to balance this cane, this time looking at the top of the cane, and see if that task becomes any easier. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3. Crowd noise, crowd noise, crowd noise. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let me ask you, is that any easier to do that way? Yes, much easier to do it that way. So what you have to do, my friend, is you go into this Conference USA Championship, focus on the right thing. When you focus on the right thing becomes easier. Here you go. Copy of my book. Thank you for coming up here. I appreciate it. Okay? The game becomes easier when you focus on the right thing. What are those right things? Cougs. We call the right things the ABCs. As you go into performance, you want to set 3 things. Where I first heard this. I'm down at the IMG Academy last week helping some guys get ready for the NFL Combine. Russell Wilson, quarterback from Wisconsin. Kirk Cousins, quarterback from Michigan State. A lot of other players are down there getting ready to go for the NFL Combine. NFL Combine is more like a track meet than it is a football game, isn't it? You're doing a high jump, you're doing a sprint, you're doing the shuttle, you're doing all that stuff. So the preparation for the Combine is more like what you're doing getting ready for a track meet. Michael Johnson, gold shoes, 200, 400-meter specialist, one of the best track athletes we've had in the United States of America. Michael Johnson would say, before my track meets, I run through ABCs. My ABCs are mental reminders from physical things and mental things that I want to be thinking before I go out there to compete. So as I'm in my warm-up and I'm on that track getting ready to go, or I'm on that bulkhead getting ready to do my race, or I'm on that sideline or in that locker room getting ready to go and I'm a little bit nervous, how do I get those butterflies to fly in formation? I put my mind on the right thing. The right thing for George St. Pierre, his ABCs. Keep my chin down and hands up. Is that mental or physical? Physical. Push the pace. Mental, physical, or both? Both. I love to fight, mental or physical? Mental. Now, he doesn't really love to fight. But does he perform better if he gets himself into an area that says, I love to do this, I love to do this, I love to do this? Absolutely. Right? You can train yourself to think a different way. Watch, I'm going to get you to make a mistake really easily. Check this out. You know the answer to this, but half of you will answer this wrong. What color is this? What color is this? What color is this? Say white 3 times fast. What color is this? What color is this? What color is this? Say white 3 times fast. What color is this? What color is this? What do cows drink? Water. See, working, brother. Cows drink water, not milk. How many of you said milk? Right? You know cows drink water. I influenced you by tempo, by pace. I got you to say something that you knew was not true. Let's try this one. Let's try this one. I think I get you. Maybe you do this one too. I say A, you say B, we roll through the alphabet. A, C, E, G, I, K, M. All right, you got me. Touche. Try this one. 16, 18, 20. All right, you got me there too. Try this one. 4,095. 4,097. 4,099. How many of you guys said 5,000? 4,099 is followed by 4,100. Not 5,000. Again, what happened, right? We are influenced by pace, tempo. We've got to have those things to come back to. Now, what's your name, sir? What is it? Billy. Miller, I'm sorry, Miller. Miller, would you play a game with me real quick? Would you mind going out into the hallway and doing this, na 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 na, so you cannot hear us? Could you do that real quick? And then Sasha, I'll have you go and get Miller for us. Now.
Miller, you the man of the hour.
Miller, I'm going to read your mind when you come back in here. Because here's the thing with mind reading, right? Just like anything else. You're not born mentally tough. What you are is you are conditioned. You are trained. You're not born a leader. You're trained to be a leader. And I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what position you play. You can be trained to be a leader. You can be trained to be mentally tough. I'm trying to give you a system to do that. I can train you to be a mind reader. Check this out. I'm going to get Miller. Miller, if you can hear me, walk in here now. Okay. Miller, fantastic. I'm going to get Miller. I'm going to get Miller to say the word carrot. Carrot. Okay? Sasha. So then the chicken crossed the road and he said, Miller. No. You guys have probably heard this, right? Advertising works. If I said great, tastes great, you'd say Miller Coors. Tastes great? That's not it. Great, tastes great, less filling. Maybe that's right. M&M's. Melts in your mouth, not in your. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. You know where that came from? About 1954. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Why? Advertising works. Why is it that companies pay $3 million? You can take a seat, Miller. Thank you. Why is it that companies pay $3 million for an advertisement in the Super Bowl? Advertising works. If you want to become a master of the mental game, here's what I encourage you to do. I encourage you to, when you get home tonight, take something that we've said that might make sense to you, you think will be powerful, probably your ABCs. I want you to hang that on your wall, called the Signs of Success. If anyone is interested in getting these, I have about 100 different things, Signs of Success. I will send an email to Sasha. Sasha, you may forward to the athletes, okay? The journey is a reward. Anybody ever heard of a guy named the name of Steve Jobs? Right? Steve Jobs, CEO of Apple, right? Steve Jobs in his book says one thing that I thought I wanted to share with you because I think it's very important. He says, the destination is the disease, the journey is the reward. Right? The destination is the disease, the journey is the reward. So as we think, when I get there and I accomplish this, when we get to a BCS bowl game and win, when I win a Conference USA championship, when I do this, when I do that, my life is going to be great. When I win a championship. The destination is the disease. The journey is the reward. It's about getting immersed in the day that you have. Right? College should be the most fun 4 years of your life. Though sometimes as athletes, you know what we do? We have what we call a love-hate relationship with our sport, don't we? There's days where we love it, there's days where we hate it, right? Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? In the days where we hate it and it becomes a grind, we've got to shift from have to back into. Because when you shift from have to into want to, what you do is you turn pressure into pleasure. So those of you going to compete for your school for a conference championship this weekend, anytime you start thinking, we have to win, I have to run well, I have to do this, pressure. Shift into want to. I want to do well. And when you want to do well, it's pleasure. When you want to do well and you go out there and you say, I want to run well for my school, I want to run well for myself, I want to run well because I've been training and I'm tapered, now I'm ready to go out there and attack this thing. Man, enjoy the journey. Enjoy every minute that you have. Miller. How are you in math, dude? Pretty good? Simple math? Like elementary school math? All right, here we go. We'll play a little game, okay? 2 plus 2. 3 plus 2. 2 minus 1. 3 plus 4. 3 times 2. Name me a vegetable. What did he say? He said carrot. What did you say? Did you say carrot? Yes. Yes, he said carrots. Now, Miller, here's what just happened, okay? I just read your mind. Want to know how I did that? I'm trained to do that. I'm trained to read minds. Check this out, too. Miller, come on down here. Come on down here. Did you hear me out there? Yes. Was it first? Is it a fruit? Would you please blow out that balloon, please? See, as Miller's blowing this, you might be wondering, why is it that he said carrot? I don't know. I got lucky. Ready? Go ahead and keep blowing that thing up, my friend. That's good. Now, why don't you tie that thing off? Because Miller, what I want you to do now, my friend, is are you trained in certain aspects of magic and wizardry or no? A couple card tricks, fantastic. What I want you to do is I want you to take this needle, I want you to pass this needle through that balloon and pull it out on the other side. Yes, pass the needle through the balloon, pull it out on the other side. Yes, go ahead. Right? Very creative. Outside the box thinker here. Very nice. Now I want you to go through the middle of the balloon. Go ahead. Okay. Now, Miller, there's a certain technique that you have to use here, right? It's about focusing on the right things. Focusing on the right things. Focusing on the right things. Very good. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get you, my friend. I'm going to take this magic needle back. It does not have anything on it. You're lying to the audience. I'm going to pass it through the magic tube. What I'm going to ask you to do here, my friend, is take this needle, and I'm going to have you put the needle in right at this point of the balloon, and take the needle out right here at this point of the balloon, go right through the center, but the long way. Okay? Here we go. Silent. Now, here's what's going to happen. When Miller puts the needle through the balloon, what you're all going to do is you're going to go back to when you were like in 2nd grade. And when you're in 2nd grade, someone did a really cool magic trick. You sucked the air out of the room. Something like this. Let's practice on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's it. Got it. Here we go. Miller, it's on. Yes, slow and steady wins the well. Yes. But be a student athlete. Put it right there. Yes. Okay, hang on still. Sometimes. Let's pass it through. Make sure you put it on the other side. Do not stab yourself. Please remove the balloon from your hip. Please remove the balloon from your hip so you don't stab. Thank you. Yes! Yes! Now, what I want you to do is I want you to pull the needle all the way through the other side of the balloon, please. Dun, dun, dum, dum. String being pulled through the balloon. Notice how Miller is pulling the balloon needle through the balloon. Miller, are you trained in certain aspects of magic and wizardry, yes or no? Yes. See, what just happened is Miller was able to pass the needle through the balloon. Why? Because he focused on the right things. Very good. Well done, my friend. Thank you for coming up here. Thank you. Give him 1 power clap. 1. Give him 2. Give him 3. Now, Miller, you want to know what those right things are? You look like a football player. Are you a football player? Are you a football player? Are you a football player? What position are you? Linebacker. Fantastic. Here are the right things. Like the right things, ABCs. Michael Johnson. Head down, pump your arms. We've got a spill on the ground. Head down, pump your arms. I'm a human bullet. Head down, mental or physical. Pump your arms. I'm a human bullet. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to create your own ABCs. Especially you going to this track meet. Write down 3 ABCs, things that you should be thinking. Right? Hip hop. Explode out of the start. Other terminology that your coaches have been using with you to get going and get a fast start to your race. 3 things, and if I lock in on those 3 things, I'm going to play well. Miller, as a linebacker, I'm probably thinking it's going to be, read your keys. Aggressive to the ball. Run through it, not to it, right? Run through it, not to it, something like that. Everybody believe in you can't just go to obstacles sometimes, you got to go through them. Believe that? You can't just go to it, you got to go through it sometimes, right? What's your name, sir? Anthony. Remember in Simon Says, when we did Simon Says, it wasn't about what you said, it was about what you... Action speaks louder than. Do you want to go through some adversity right now instead of just going to it? Come on up here. Excellent. Let's give Anthony a golf clap, please. You're getting thrown out of here with that stuff. Give me a golf clap, please. Thank you, thank you. Tell you, golf is probably the most mentally challenging sport there is. You play for 4.5 hours. You actually execute a skill for 6 minutes. That gives you 4 hours and 24 minutes to walk around that course and torture yourself. You've got to be mentally tough, and you've got to have your ABCs. So as you're walking around that course, beating yourself up, then when you put your hand on that club to pull it out of the bag, your routine goes, ABCs. 1 shot at a time, trust my routine, see my target, hit the target. Poof. Club comes out ready to go as a 1-shot warrior. Play the game 1 shot at a time. You're a 1-shot warrior. Anthony, here's what we're going to do, my friend. Okay, see this board? We're going to get nasty on this thing, all right? Here's what I want you to do. We are going to have you come up here. We're going to take this board. Here's what I want to do. Right? This board is a little stiff. So if I'm going to take my foot, excuse me 1 second. I'm going to use here for balance. I'm going to take my foot. See if I can do this without getting injured. Positive self-talk. I can do this. Here we go. Right? The board's not going to break. You got to get after that thing. You see, my shoe presides a big surface area. What you have right here with this point of your head is you have an area that you can take and you can drive through that board. You can't go to it though. You got to go where? Where's he got to go? You can't just go to it. He's got to go where? Here's what's going to happen. You see, you're going into the Conference USA Championships. Anthony, here's what you're going to do, my friend. You are going to write down in green on this side. What is it that you want? Okay? On this side in red, what you're going to write down is what might be holding you back. Self-talk. Injuries, anything that might be holding you back, I want you to write down here. Hold you back. Please take a seat in that chair. Now, as you write down what it is you want and what's holding you back, we're going to review focusing on the right things. What are some of the right things as you go in? Okay, team ABCs. Auburn swimming and diving last week, again, won the SEC championships for the 16th straight year. We go into that event like you're going into your event focused on the ABCs as a team. 1 race at a time. Stay calm and confident. Remember, it's all about Houston. Individual athlete sets her ABCs. What was Ariana's ABCs? Strong underwaters. That's something specific to swimming. Any swimmers here? Underwaters. You know what that means? I'm not sure I do, but she wanted to have strong ones. Right? Have a patient breakout, be confident. Those were her ABCs for the 100-yard fly. Okay? What are your ABCs for your race? What are the key things that you need to be thinking? If you get nothing else out of tonight, set ABCs, lock in on them, visualize them, think of them as you go into your race, Amber. Okay? All right. Now, if we talk about ABCs, there's another set of ABCs that I'd like to cover. Can I get a volunteer or someone who, yes. Now, just a bundle of energy. What's your name? Justine. Brian Cain. Pleasure to meet you. Do you know what you're doing? You know what you just signed up for?
I just said I want to get picked.
All right. Justine, come on over here. Here's what we're going to do, my friend. What sport do you play? Track and field. You go to the championships? Just transfer? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to welcome you to Houston with a special challenge. Okay? Here's the challenge. Here's what you're going to do, okay? Remember, success. It's very simple. Right? People make success out to be some crazy thing. It's about following the fundamentals. You follow the fundamentals, you have success. You don't follow the fundamentals, you get beat. In this activity here, Justine, if you don't follow the fundamentals, you get burned. Okay, it's very simple. We're going to put a 1-foot flame on this fire wand. Here's what you're going to do. It's very simple, okay? Check this out. Follow the fundamentals. You go here. ABC. Okay, the big ABCs. Not to be confused with my specific ABCs for my sport, the big ABCs. You've got to act big. Confidence is a choice. Carry yourself with confidence. Carry yourself with big body language. When you're walking on that track, the first thing you do when you get out there, you take possession of that track. Getting big. Acting big. Second thing you do, breathe big. Act big, breathe big. The third thing is commit big. Commit to your ABCs. Anthony, you're going to have to act big, breathe big, commit big to get your noggin through that board. Ready to do this? Here's the act big, right here. Act big. Breathe big. I put my lips towards the ceiling and I inhale and hold it like this. Yes, that's it. That's wonderful. That's the best I've ever seen. Right? Now from there, here's what you do. You go here. Hold it there for 5 seconds. Okay? Got this? You can say anything you want. You're going to say, I'm going to do this. You want to do this? Just trust me. Trust me. Act big.
What had this been?
I'll switch with you. When I light it on fire.
You just put that in your mouth.
Touche. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put it in this magic potion that I brew in my basement. You can't buy this anywhere. Do not do this at home. Try it at school. It'll freak out your coaches. Here we go. I'm going to light this on fire. As I light this on fire, that's what you're going to put in your mouth. You're going to eat that flame because you're going to follow the fundamentals.
You're playing, right?
No, I'm dead serious.
Okay.
Dead serious. And right now, this has been sterilized.
Okay.
You ready? You can do this. Here we go. Let's practice with that one. I'll give you this one. Ready? Head back. You got to repeat the ABCs. Act big, breathe big, commit big. When I point to you, you're going to do the act big, and then breathe big, and then commit big. So here we go. Step number 1. Act big. Step number 2. Breathe big. Step number 3. Commit big. You got to close your mouth. 1. All right, try it again. You got to put it in there and close. This is not science, or this is not magic. This is fire. Here we go again. Ready? Here we go. Follow the fundamentals. Here we go. Act big. Breathe big. 1. Oh, you got to leave it in there for 5 seconds.
You messed me up.
Fundamentals, 5 seconds. Here we go again. Ready, set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. All right, you got this. You got this.
I didn't go up.
You got it. You ready to do this? You got, Justine, you got the fundamentals. If you did what you just did, you're going to eat 5. Now, here we go. Ready? It's okay. Here we go.
Do it.
Your mouth and close. Close your mouth. Close it. You did so good until the commit big part.
All right, come on, let's go.
You got this? You ready to go again? You guys want to see Justine eat fire? You ready to do this? Here we go. Hey.
We got to
Now,
send this to my mama.
We'll send it to your mom. Only if you succeed.
All right.
Okay? Here we go. Here's the deal. Follow the fundamentals.
I got you.
Here we go. Close it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah! Outstanding. Outstanding. Love it. Yes. Justine, you just ate fire. You know what that taste in your mouth is? Justine, that's the taste of excellence. Thank you.
You get a book?
Yes, you can. See, Sasha. She's got a couple for you. Thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thanks for coming down. Give her one power clap. One. Give her two. Give her three. Anthony. Anthony. Come here, Anthony. Now, right? This is what's holding you back. This is what you want. Now, Anthony, I'm going to tell you what. This is some high-quality lumber right here. It's like high-quality H2O. This is some high-quality lumber. You're going to have to get after this thing, all right? Can't go to it. Got to go where? Through it. You ready to do this? All right. Commitment. Full commitment. Holding you back, what you want. Which one's going to motivate you more? Getting what you want or breaking through these? I think this one. Here we go. What you want, Anthony. Come over here. Hands right here. Crown of the head on the board. Tuck the chin. Yes. Tuck the chin right here. You've got to come up. Boom! And you got to get down through that thing. All right? Oh, yeah, you want music? Hang on. I got music for you. Tuck the chin. This part of the head. Slow clap. Get the mind right. Act big. Commit big. Here we go. Time out. Now. All right. Anthony, we got to commit big here, man. Here's what's going to happen, all right? Here's what I want you to do. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Ready, set, and go. Anthony, here's what we're going to do. You got this. Okay? Now, if you want, I can do one first. But I want to see you do this. You got this, all right? Here's what we're going to do, okay? I need you to get present. Take a breath. I need you to get locked in. All right, here's what you want, man. You want to go here. You want to do these things. You want all these things to come true, right? This is what's holding you back, man. This is what's getting in your way. All you got to do is you can't just go through those things. You got to fight through them, man. You got to get through this thing and get what you want, right? Lock in on what you want. Let's go get this thing, right? It ain't easy, man. Success ain't easy. If it was, we'd all be good, but we're not. We're not all successful. You got to go get it. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to come up here. You get the head on the board. Head on the board, man. You got this. Right? You're a born champion, man. You got this deal. All you got to remember, Anthony, is will over skill. It doesn't take any skill to break this board. It takes a lot of will. You got to come up. You got to commit. You got to get down through, man. Come up on 1 foot and go. Come up on 1 foot and go. Come up on 1 foot and go. Right there. Bang. Right there. Head on the board. Head on the board. Bring it down through it. Bring it down through it. Outstanding. Outstanding. Anthony, let me ask you this. Was that easier than you thought it would be? Yes. You see, and that's the thing. Eating fire, was that easier than you thought it would be? Yes. You see, doing things that you think are impossible will be easier than you think that they will be. I need 2 more volunteers. Right? You think eating fire is eating fire is easy. Now, yes. Now, eating fire, easy. Breaking a board, easy. Here's what's going to happen. Anybody have a wallet that I can borrow 2 bills, please? I need $2 bills, $10 bills, $20 bills. You will get them back. You'll get them back. Okay? You'll get them back. Thank you. Okay, ladies, here's what's going to happen. All right? This activity is going to take the utmost in commitment. Everyone, take your pointer finger. Tap yourself on the sternum. And now take that finger, roll up your throat, tap yourself on the throat there. That does not feel very good. Here's what you're going to do. Take that finger, go to the top of your sternum. Right there at the base of your throat, there's a hole. Take that finger and dig that finger in the hole there as far as you can. Okay? Now, here's what's going to happen. We're going to give you ladies each of this. Where did it come from? Okay, good. Now, we gotta make sure it gets back to the right place, right? So here's what I want you to put this over that spot on your throat. Could you please remove your necklace so that we don't break it? And if you need help, teammates there to help you. Here we go. Here's what's going to happen, okay? Because as you come down here to the front of the room, we're going to take this piece of rebar, and what we're going to do is I would like you to go ahead and stand here 8 feet apart, and I want you to put that dollar bill over your throat. I would like you just to pull the t-shirt down just a little bit, so that it's over, okay, right over there at the spot of the throat. There you go. Right there in the spot of the throat, and now I want you to lean into that rebar. I want you to lean into that rebar. Lean into it. Okay, I want it to hurt a little bit. Lean into that. Right? Okay. Now, okay? Here's the deal. Here's what you're going to do. Okay? We can't just go to it. We got to go where? We got to act big. We got to breathe big. And we got to, what's the C? Commit big. Here's what you're going to do. What's your first name? Amanda. Here's what you're going to do. First name. Danielle and Amanda. Here's what's going to happen, okay? You two are going to run towards each other, and this rebar is going to bend in half. Okay? Now. All right? You got this? Roll that up a little bit. Go ahead. Get right in there. Right there. Bang. Amanda, you got this? You got it in the right spot. Okay? Now here's what you're going to do. You're going to take this part of your hand, put your hand right around the bar like this. Don't touch it, but just guide it. Because here's what's going to happen. When you come nose to nose, and there's a lot of force on this thing, it's going to want to jump up on you. I need you to grab it when you come nose to nose so it doesn't cut you. I need you to grab this when it comes nose to nose so that you don't cut yourself, okay? This takes focus. You guys need to lock in eyeball to eyeball here, all right? You guys got to get locked in. I want you to put your right foot back. Right foot back. Now what's going to happen, okay, is I'm going to get this crowd going. You're going to bring level 11 energy. You're going to get off the charts here. Here's what's going to happen. You guys back away from the rebar and relax. Here's what's going to happen, all right? You're going to stand up. We're going to get a clap going. This is a practice round. Looks like this. Clap, level 11 energy as loud as you can. I'm going to say, and you're going to yell, you're going to continue clapping and go, 1, 2, 3, go! And then keep clapping as loud as you can. Ready? Let's practice. Do not go yet. Because this takes some support. This is a tough deal right here. This ain't easy. All right, here we go. Ready? And. All right, you ready to go? You ready to commit and do this? You are running straight into her.
Not walking.
Running. Running. Yes. Now, here's what you got to understand, all right? It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt in the beginning. It's going to hurt, but we can't go to it. We got to go where, Anthony? Through it. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. No. What do you got, a game?
Yes.
You know what it's going to do for you tomorrow? It is going to affect you. It's going to make you, when you go out basketball, when you go out on the basketball court, you're going to think, I bent rebar with my neck. What the hell else can I do? Bring it.
Because I don't want this to go through my neck and die. That's all
Bad self-talk.
I'm not going to die.
No, you're going to dominate. It's not going to die. Lean into this. Right above your sternum. Bang. Here we go. Ready? Right foot back. You got to trust. You got to trust and go. All right? You got to trust and go. Lock in. Ready? Stand up, please. Running. You got to go. You both got to go. Okay? You got to go. As you go, it's going to get easier. Yes. Yes. When I say go, you go. Go, come on! You gotta commit. You gotta go.
I didn't know.
You ready to go? Are you committed now? Are you ready? Are you ready to do this? You got this? You got this. Lock in. All you gotta do is go. It's easier when you go, okay? Relax, relax. You got this. You're a champion. Lock in. You got this. Focus. You can play basketball, you can do amazing things. All you need to do is commit and go. All right? All you do is commit and go. You got this. All you got to do is commit and go. All right? Hey, we need more energy. Let's go.